Welcome to the channel. Today is going to be a treat. We're going to be doing the brakes on this green
2013 Jeep Wrangler Moab.
You don't have a mic, dude.
I'm just saying, I'm telling you what it is, bro. I'm telling you what it is.
On this 2013 Wrangler Moab. So we got all our parts staged here. We've got our brake rotors, we got our brake pads. And this is going to be cool because not only are we doing the pads and rotors, we're also going to be flushing the brake fluid. Now this is nice. He's got two different types of brake fluid that we can just mix them up. He's got four and three.
So I had the wrong ones before and I had to go back and I wanted to, because I had like max synthetic.
So did you get two different types just to make sure you got the right one? Or did you think they were the same or what?
I mean, I don't know, dude, brake fluid is brake fluid.
Yeah, it is. So we can just go ahead and just run the four.
I was about to say, we could run one of them as flush and then just put the next.
So the difference in these is like the four usually has a little bit better boiling point than the three. But they're pretty much compatible with each other. So they're essentially the same thing. What you can't do is mix a 5. That's a whole different ball game, but a 3 and a 4. The 4 is going to be the newer spec. It's a little bit more hydroscopic, but it's also a little bit better from the start. So we'll go ahead and flush them out with the 4. And if we need any more, which we shouldn't, but we'll top it off with 3. Because what is this, a 1-quart system?
Yeah.
But anyway, hey Neil, you ready to get in action here or what? All right, so we're gonna pop off all 4 wheels. We already supported the truck on 4 jack stands. I went ahead and got this impact ready. It's in level 2. Now, you gotta understand with this truck, we're also gonna be replacing a stud here that was broken. With this truck, for whatever reason, they've been over torqued, so hopefully we can get these off without any casualties, because last time we had to drill a stud out, so let's see what happens. With removing this here, I got my lug nuts here. Let's put these on the desk so they can be not lost or whatever. Neil's got the wheel there. Now let's shoot over to the other side and we'll see kind of how the tire shop, which we won't name them, but they torqued them pretty good. Let's see if they're still tight.
Yeah.
I don't know, we'll see. The gun don't seem to care. Seems the same over here. So, don't seem to be an issue. It could have been that one lug nut was mismatched because that thing was like corroded or something.
Yeah, that thing was different.
So again, we're gonna keep these in a safe place because I don't want to be scrambling around looking for it. So here we are at the rear. What I'm gonna do first, before I take this off, because we got 2 guys working here and Neil's cruising right along, I'm gonna go ahead and pop the hood, because when you're doing brakes, you don't pop it, it's a Jeep. Never mind, this is my first. How did I not know that? Looking like a dumma. This got a prop rod or is it gas strut? You get it, because I don't even know. Prop rod. Right there? Okay. So when you're servicing your brakes, something to really be aware of and know is we don't know the owner, what he's been doing, if he's been adding brake fluid to the system or anything like that. So here we come. We're gonna put brake pads on and we're gonna compress these calipers in. But if we don't know if he's added fluid, that could be an issue. That could cause a problem. So in here, we've got our brake fluid reservoir and all this dirt and dust. We wanna clean that off before we even take the cap off, because we don't wanna introduce any dirt. So I'm just gonna use compressed air to clean that. And then we wanna know our level before we compress our calipers, because if we're overfilled, if you compress it and that fluid hits that cap, you're gonna be in a lot of trouble. So I'll just leave this gun over by Neil so he can have at it if he needs it for whatever endeavors he's doing. But let's get some air and let's blow the dirt off of the, Hey Neil, there's rubber gloves in there if you want them. And keep your little hands soft and clean. You never want to have a messed up finger or something cut and then get a little brake fluid in that cut. Oof, what awful.
You need some safety glasses though?
Yeah, need some glasses for sure. So we did a little air. Let's do a little bit of brake clean too. Just around there. I got a straw on this. Just a little bit. Just to clean this up. I could take a rag to it, I might have to. Let's see how it looks if it's just brake clean in air. That's probably pretty decent, but we'll roll with that. There's no loose material on here for it to get inside. So let's go ahead and loosen this cap and just set it there. If this brake fluid overflows, then it can get out, it can escape, and it won't hit the cap and become locked. So I've already loosened this wheel. Let me get this brake clean out of the way here. Okay, now I'll grab some other tools. I gotta get a C-clamp. I'm gonna put some coveralls on. See you guys in 1 second. Okay, so Neil's already got this wheel off. It was pretty quick. But one thing to be watching is when you put this new caliper, or I'm sorry, old caliper, but a new brake rotor, as well as two new brake pads, you're going to go ahead and compress this caliper, and it is going to push all that fluid back over to that master cylinder up there. So in order to do so, we're gonna use a C-clamp right against that piston, and let's go this way. This is why we opened up the cap up top, because if for some reason there's too much fluid in the system, I won't be able to compress this, and I'll fight against it by trying to compress.
You can decompress it without the brake booster? Like the brake booster's not gonna like fight you?
No. Brake booster?
Yeah.
No, so the brake booster is a vacuum powered system that only works with the engine running and when you apply the brakes. So the brake booster does not come into play in this scenario. All right, so one thing to watch out for is I'm compressing, and it don't apply every case, but we got two guys working. So if I'm compressing here, then I gotta make sure that I'm not shooting this piston out. I mean, it's not common, but it can happen. If I'm over there compressing, there's nothing in here, there's no pad, there's nothing here to prevent me from transferring braking force around. So that piston could be potentially getting pushed out because I'm pressing in that one. It's not, yeah, it's not common, but it's something to be aware of. It's probably not even really a bad idea for us to, since we're doing a full brake job, to just before we pop that wheel off, compress everything. Because with no wheel on here, there's no rotor, there's no pad. If for some reason that caliper were to push that piston out, it could shoot the piston completely out of the out of the thing. So the worst thing we could ever do right now is like press the brake pedal and turn around and engage this piston.
Hey, bro,
you're distracting. Stop talking about that shit while we're filming. You guys talking about, wait until we're done filming.
What'd you do with my grease?
Let me see this. Do we have a wire wheel for this?
We can, but then it's gonna be scuffed up. I already cleaned it off.
All right, that's good. What about this? Did you clean this?
Good.
Yeah, but this one, did it come out? Everything came out? That's good?
Nice and greasy.
Clean all of them. Clean everything. This rubber still intact?
Yeah, all the rubber.
All right, this one still got grease. So just because it's got grease, that don't mean you don't need to clean it. What we can do is go ahead and spray some brake clean in here, like so. And spray some in here, like that. And go ahead and brake clean that down. Get that old stuff out. Now, if you notice the bottom pin, keep our eyes away from this. And then take a little air. Blow that out. Again, we can take a little air. And this can get a little more. So that's pretty nice and clean. And then from here, we can reapply some new brake grease. And for brake grease, we're not gonna use regular grease. You got that? Oh, it's over here. The one that I like is the Motorcraft caliper grease. It is, I think it's 100% silicone, but nonetheless, we'll put this on here. Okay, like that. Spin that around. And that's pretty good. It's pushing back just a little bit, but not too much. You don't want to have it pushing back because I could try to get more and more of this in here, but it's going to push back. So what I'm doing is just enough, spin it around, and that's pretty good. That's fine. It doesn't. This one's pushing a little bit back. Spin it around. You don't necessarily want it to be pushing back a whole lot. That top one's good. So, yeah, you don't want to get crazy with it and apply excessive amounts of it. So that's good. Now we also got to replace a stud here. And, ow. Neil can show us how to knock that out. This thing won't spin on us. There it goes.
It will, but
Be careful, it's so sharp.
yeah.
Okay, right now you can see Neil's got the rotor going. That's the rear, huh? Yeah, it didn't fit. Oh, you got the whole set. Use this. Don't use that big shit on that. Use the biggest impact on that in the world. Use this little 90 degree. It's got plenty of power for this. That's too small.
Too small?
Yeah, that's not.
Same battery.
Yeah, that's a totally different animal. That 90 degree gun's the one you want to use. That shit, you'll be surprised. It's not all that tight of a torque. That on level 2 is pretty decent. All right, so brake pads, did it come with new stainless steels or no? So yeah, we got pads. We don't have new hardware.
New hardware?
Let's, no, it should have came with it. Give it a quick brake clean on that existing stainless steel. All right, throw them pads in there. The sound indicator on this vehicle goes on the inside. No shit. No shit. No. But, all right, so now that we did that, so I like to just do a little dab here after the fact, after the pad is on. I don't want to get crazy and have so much on here that it can get on the rotor. Just that on the corners. And you got enough on your finger to put to the other side? Yeah, because it doesn't need a whole lot, but just a little dab right there so they can slide. But not so much that it gets all over the place and all over the rotors. So you're gonna need a C compressor, I would imagine, to get that, yeah. Where did it go? I don't know. All right, so if you want to, if you ever want to compress, me personally, I compress everything before taking it off. Maybe we could show that on the back. That way you don't have to redo it. And you also keep everything contained and you're not pushing on a caliper while the other calipers are removed from the vehicle. But anyway, that's gonna get compressed, slid together. I'll go ahead and work on getting these rear wheels off, and hopefully they don't be a problem, because sometimes when you take those rear rotors off with the emergency brake, you don't ever use that, do you? All right, so it may be okay. Like the less you use that, the better. So I got my gun. It's probably got a different socket on it because we were messing around. Let's get reorientated here with the socket that was on the wheel. What is this thing doing right here? What the? So that's why your lug nuts got broke?
And then it had like a shell on it.
Oh, okay. That's why we got a broken stud. It wasn't really so much that it was Discount Tire's fault, but you got just some swollen lug nuts here. Yeah, so you need to just get some new lug nuts that are all metal, you know? Because if I do anything else, it's just gonna break it. All right, so that's off. All right, so Neil's already got this side done. Looking good. We got to put eyes on our master cylinder. What we got to make sure is that this thing is not overflowing here. And as long as the owner didn't put any fluid, it's interesting because it's close to the max here. It's pretty close, but what can happen if someone ever tops this off, you'll go ahead and compress this and it'll become an issue. So that's why we got the top loose. All right, so what I like to do is fully compress with the C-clamp while it's on, because when we put this new equipment on here, these new pads, these new rotors, I'm gonna need it to be fully compressed, so why would I want to pull this C-clamp out and while it's up there, have to deal with it? Why not compress everything fully as I am anticipating new equipment? Now, another thing is I gotta make sure that this doesn't have some type of a, well, I guess I'll find out. Sometimes there's another mechanism here on these for the emergency brakes, but it doesn't appear to be the case here. These are just standard rear calipers. But yeah, this compresses real nice and easy. So I'm fully compressed on all this. Now I can remove the calipers, the brackets, all that good stuff. All right, so in order to get to these caliper brackets, we need to use a wrench because of the tight space that we are in. So putting that wrench on there, and I imagine there's quite a bit of torque. Neil, which way is loosening? What? Lifting up. There's one loose. And there's a little trick.
Lefty loosey, righty tighty.
There's a little trick right there. If you ever seen that, using 2 wrenches like that for more leverage. All right, so, oh, it's loose. Is it gonna be that easy for us today? It is. Nice. Not always like that, but in this case, it is. We got a lot of grease here, though. That's not good. All that grease. What's up with that? It's almost like you have a leaky seal in here. We shouldn't have this much grease inside of the wheel, so yeah, you might have a bad seal for your axle. It's not that bad yet, but. So again, we're gonna go ahead and clean this up. No new hardware from Duralast, meaning no stainless steel slides. Not that it really needs it, as long as this one's missing. All right, these are still sliding. Let's take it over to the same area where we were, clean it up. Here's my grease. Okay. All right, watch your eyes. This might get a little. Whoever did those front brakes, man, they must not have done them that tight, because how did that little gun take these brackets off? That little gun took those off.
Is that like kind of soft?
That little gun don't have that much power for that. You saw I had to get that big wrench to put the leverage on for the rear?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Jack, can you pass me that 18 millimeter gear wrench that we were using? And pass me that lever too. Might as well, right? Pass me that large wrench that we use as leverage.
And they had the CB joint.
AutoZone did?
O'Reilly's does. AutoZone did not. None of the stores in our area had the CB joint.
Maybe they give you like the hardware when you get the better package.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's not a big deal though. Church was so good today. Pads are looking good. Caliper is looking pretty good. All right, we'll spray that down. We'll spray that down one more time at the end. But there's going to be, we're also flushing the brake system, so.
What is that?
We're also going to flush the brake system, so that's another thing. Look at that, brake fluid. So you don't be adding brake fluid to this thing, because it's right there at the full mark.
Right at the top.
Yeah, so if you can only imagine if you put brake fluid in there at some point, because it said it was a little low. Low brake fluid is really an indication that you need to service your pads, not add brake fluid. So something to know or think about. Dumping brake fluid in if you don't need it.
Right.
And then someone does your brakes and there's brake fluid everywhere, you know? So I guess that's it for this one. We can wrap it up. Just like it's almost like a live video. It's not really edited that much. It's just like
No, I mean, I'll edit this shit. I'll edit and send it back to you.
start to finish. You might have to cut a little shenanigans out.
Almost
Yeah.
45 minutes cut out of it.
It was really a hang. It wasn't like showing exactly how to do so much of
I
anything.
mean, I recorded a pretty good amount. I think someone can learn how to do
Yeah.
it.
Well, that's it for the video. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed hanging with us. And over and out.